Welcome to OneUnderPodcast. I'm your host, Adon. In today's episode, I want to talk about mindset. What should be the mindset of a police officer or the mindset of law enforcement? Sometimes when you do this job, you tend to go out there and be the hero, be the number one. You don't think about yourself. You don't think about your family. You don't think about your close one. You just want to go out there and perform the best way you can. And we do understand that because, it's something that we run in our vein, in our blood. But I want to talk about today what should be the mindset of a law enforcement. And I'm going to simplify it. The mindset of any law enforcement out there, any police officer should be make it back home to their families. Why do I say this? The reason why I said this is because we see multiple times that, police officers getting hurt, police officers getting killed. And it's because they go out there most of the time not planning, even though it's a job that you can really make plans due to the fact of what we do. But I see multiple times people going out there and they just go out there to solve everybody problems, everybody issues, to diffuse situations, sometimes, sacrificing themselves and not only them, but also their family. And they don't really seems to have some sort of mindset. And the mindset, like I said before, should be going back home, make it home to their family. And I understand that you get so involved in what you do that in reality, you don't really have that much time to think about yourself. And that's why I wanna brought it up today. You know, every day when law enforcement go out there, they don't really think about what could happen or what's gonna happen. They just go out there, they go about the business to do what they're supposed to and do it the best way they can. But in reality, um 99% of the time, when you go out there just to do what you're supposed to and you don't have a really um some sort of mindset or some sort of plan, if I could say it that way, it's kind of hard just to go out there day by day and just do the job. That's why I'm saying I think it's very important to have some sort of escape plan in order to fulfill that goal. And that goal should be going or make it back home. Any circumstance, any way possible, but make it back home. Not only because of you, but also because of the people that are waiting for you and also the people that are thinking that you're going back. Unfortunately, I understand that that type of job or this type of job as a law enforcement is not the job that you could really make plans in terms of going back home or make it back home. But it's good to have some sort of hinge of how the day could be or how the day might go. Because when you think about or when you have that type of mindset, when you think about things like that, like, what's going to happen after, we all know that sometimes if you make it out, you make it out. If you don't, you don't. It could be a long job. It could be, uh, an arrest. It could be something else, but it's always something. But at the same time, or at the same token, it's always good to have some sort of mindset in terms of make it back home. No matter what, no matter how, no matter the circumstances, no matter the issues, it doesn't matter the problem, whatever comes up or whatever it is, you always supposed to have that mindset of going back home. And this is very important because that could be also the sparkle or the fire to make you do things better. to go out there and, and perform better, to go out there and help people better. Because sometimes when you just go out there and you do what you're supposed to do, just because you're supposed to do it and you know you're supposed to do it, um, per se, it's there's no motivation. There's no I would say no goal, no there's nothing, to fulfill. But when you have that type of mindset that you got to make it back home, you're going to be, I believe, more careful about what you do, more careful about how you talk to people, more careful about how you interact, and more careful how you handle yourself. The reason why I say this is because I've seen so many videos and stuff like that in social media that when you look at it and if you start, um, I would say analyzing those situations that you see those videos, you probably wonder yourself, what was in that guy thinking? Or, what was in that officer's mind? What was he thinking about? And I will give you a perfect example. Like the other day, I was watching a short clip of a video, some sort of situation in out of state somewhere, in which a police officers or a bunch of police officers, I would say, they jump on top of a hook of a vehicle, and everybody draw it up, and they pointing the gun at the suspect or the subject, if we could say. But there was one thing that I didn't like about the whole situation, and that was the fact that they had to go on top of the hood, not knowing specifically who was in the car, what was in the car, and how many people were in the car. How are you gonna jump on top of a hood with your weapon, draw it up just because of whatever situation what might be? I don't know exactly what was the situation, but those are the things that make you think, you know, what happened if I don't make it? What happened, what happened if, let's say, that person, whoever was in that vehicle, or whoever people were in that vehicle, it could be one, it could be more than one. What would have happened if those people, have weapons or start shooting at you because you want to jump in, top of the hook of a vehicle? And those are the things that make you think a lot. Because if you think about it and you have some sort of mindset when you're going to approach situation, when you're going to approach um, incidents like that, you got to be, more careful how you're going to handle and how you're going to approach. And I also understand that in situations like that, as a law enforcement, everybody want to give their opinion, especially when they not the one at the scene. Everybody want to say something. Everybody want to add. Everybody want to comment and stuff like that. But I think that in situations like that, it's not rocket science. You gotta be more careful how you handle yourself, how you approach, how you think. And I would say some sort of communication with others, because it wasn't only one officers, it was multiple officers. It was a bunch of them, and for some reason, everybody jumped on top of the car. There was some of them around the vehicle, but at the same time, imagine if everybody starts shooting. How catastrophic could that be? So those are the things that you have to take in consideration when you're approaching those type of situation, and to think about what would be your mindset. What is it that you planning to do, and how you gonna handle, how you gonna approach, you know? And those are one of the things. Another thing is that our job is to run to the fire when people pretty much trying to escape from the fire. And it's multiple situation and multiple things that you're supposed to think about. You're supposed to have some sort of mindset and how you're gonna approach, how you're gonna go about it. Because I understand that for those who love the job and for those who are out there just to for real to do the job, when you go to situations like that and when you go to scenes like that, you don't really have that mindset of what it is or what's gonna be. You just wanna go out there and help out. But like I said before, it doesn't have to be at the scene. It doesn't have to be necessarily at the time of whatever situation you're going through or whatever situation you encounter. But I think it should be at least at the beginning of your tour to think about and plan it out how it's gonna be, how it's could go, how it's gonna go, and the ultimate goal, make it back home to your family. So thank you for listening. Thank you for be there for us and keep up the good work. One Under. Stay tuned for more.